They've done background vocals for some of the biggest names in music like Aretha Franklin, Frankie Valli, and Elvis Presley.
That's right. The women of the Sweet Inspirations have provided background vocals on more platinum singles than any other group. One of the members, Estelle Brown, is here to talk about their journey through the music industry.
Indeed.
Thanks so much for being here this morning with us, Estelle.
Thank you for having me.
So let's talk about the Sweet Inspirations. How did they get their start?
We started doing backgrounds for Atlantic Records in New York. And we background all the artists that they recorded. We did the backgrounds. They decided, wow, they sing so well, we should record them as a group. So they wanted to come up with a name. They came up with the name, The Inspirations. They couldn't use that name because it was a gospel group out called The Inspirations.
Oh, okay.
So this guy, Chuck Jackson, he would record for Atlantic Records. He said, well, why don't you call them Sweet Inspirations? There you have the name.
There it was born.
There you have it. So how long were you singing background before you ended up making your own records?
I started singing background in the early 80s.
Okay. Now, in 1967, the group got your own record recording contract with Atlantic Records, as you mentioned.
I said the 80s, I meant the 60s. I'm sorry.
You did 5 albums and numerous singles. How does it make you feel to get that accomplishment?
It's wonderful. The feeling is wonderful. I would never have dreamed that we would be still going on now.
Yeah.
You know, the record industry has been wonderful to us.
Now, we mentioned earlier that you've sang with people like Elvis Presley, Frankie Valli, Aretha Franklin. Talk about some of those experiences.
Oh, God. They're hard to explain because naturally they're people, human beings just like all the rest of us. But because they reached a plateau in singing, it's hard to explain. It was great working with these great people, and you feel like, hey, this little old me working with them, yeah, it was wonderful. It was a wonderful experience.
For some of those that are still around, do you still keep in touch with them?
Yes, indeed.
That's great.
Like Sissy Houston, Whitney Houston's mom, she used to sing with the Sweet Inspirations.
Oh, wow.
And we talk every week. I call her every week.
That's great.
Yeah.
I feel like we could just be here for days listening to all these stories.
Yeah.
Now you're still touring around the world. You just
Yes,
went to
I
Italy.
am.
You've been doing it. I mean, you are all over the world every other week, right?
Yes, indeed.
Why are you? Why is it important to you to continue this?
First of all, we're not really tribute artists. I said I'm an ambassador for Elvis. And to keep his music
legacy
alive.
going.
Right. So it keeps me working. And it makes me go, I got to do this. I got to do this, you know.
And you'll actually be singing with the Elvis impersonator here in Fort Wayne.
Yes, I will. And anybody that misses the show, they're going to miss a treat. Because it's a wonderful show.
They'll get some sweet inspiration.
Yes, it's a wonderful show.
Thank you, Estelle, so much for coming in. Pleasure to talk to you and hear your story.
Thank you.
The Sweet Inspirations will be joining Sean Clush, the Elvis tribute artist, tonight at 8 o'clock in the Embassy Theater. Tickets are still available. They start at $32, and you can get those on the Embassy's website or by calling the box office. We'll be right back.